Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this Clash at the Castle Scotland predictions video. Obviously the show goes down this weekend. Very excited that we've got another PLE here in the UK. It means a lot to us over here. It means a lot to Europe. I mean, you saw how the French fans reacted. I'm sure the German fans are going to make their voices heard as well when we go to Germany. And I've got no doubt that the Scottish, the British, the UK fans, they're going to make their voices heard as well. So, yeah, this is the space. It's not the biggest spaces. I think it like holds 12,000 or so. It's the Hydro in Glasgow. Beautiful place, though. I mean, it does look absolutely stunning. So I really hope anyone from our community and just anyone in general that's going, I hope they have an absolutely fantastic time. Obviously, this is an interesting card in the sense of Cody's on it. I don't think he's going to main event because obviously Drew feels like he should be the headline. He should be closing the show. But Cody's on the card and is going over with Mama Rhodes. There's Cody and Mama Rhodes on their way to Scotland. This from McIntyre, who spotted it on Cody's Instagram story. So very, very interesting. Mama Rhodes looks like she's going to be there. And honestly, it's a match that you probably can't afford to miss, even if you are Mama Rhodes and you maybe just tune in once in a while. I'm not sure. She probably watches all of Cody's stuff. But I don't know that she's tuning into NXT. Although she probably did this week. Cody was on it. But it's the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes going head-to-head against AJ Styles in an I Quit match. Now, I would say that I had very little doubt that Cody was going to retain. And then as soon as they made it an I Quit match, I had next to no doubt that Cody was going to retain. I just don't see Cody saying I quit, right? Unless they're going to do something with Mama Rhodes. Unless Mama Rhodes is going to be put in a compromising position, maybe thanks to Gallows and Anderson, who may make their presence felt, and then that may force Cody to say, I quit. Now, I can't see that happening. But if you did want to get the title off Cody, this would be one very interesting way of doing it because you haven't submitted him. You haven't pinned him. He's only giving it up because of the love for his mom. Like, this could be really interesting, you know. I still don't have much doubt that Cody's winning, but I'm just saying that actually this could be quite an interesting image. So maybe something to just keep an eye out there. So I'm going to say that they might try something like that, but it doesn't quite work out, and Cody will still find a way of retaining the championship. So yeah, I'm going to say that Cody finds a way, but there probably are ways of making this a bit more dramatic than what we're expecting. So an I Quit match for the undisputed WWE Championship should be really fun. Then we've got this. So WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. Bianca and Jade, the champions, defending against Scotland's own Alba, Fyre, and Isla Dawn. And then we've got Zoey and Shayna Baszler as well. I don't think there's much to say here. We've just found a way of getting Isla and Alba onto the card. Even when we've done nothing with them this year. We just have not been seeing them, but it's Scotland. We've got them on the card. It's totally the right thing to do. But I can't see Bianca and Jade losing. I can't see Bianca and Jade losing these championships. The only thing I would say is as we get closer to SummerSlam, I do start to wonder if we might see this team, this group split up, but it just doesn't feel like they've been together anywhere near as long as they need to be together. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like Jade is just getting a crash course in like how to wrestle. She's out there, she's watching Bianca, she's talking to her. I mean, she has got her mentor as her tag team partner, like, you know, they are champions together. Really, the longer you can keep these two together, I think the better for Jade's long-term development. So even SummerSlam might not be where these two go up against each other. Maybe we're going all the way to WrestleMania. Perhaps these girls are going to keep these titles for the rest of the year. It seems like a hell of a long time, though. We don't have loads of great challengers in the women's tag division, so we might have to do something quite innovative with putting some women together, maybe finding some interesting challengers. We could always do Damage Control. Might be able to get something out of that, but either way, look, I don't see them losing the titles this weekend. It's just a way of getting Alba and Isla onto the card. Then we've got another Scottish challenger. This is Piper Niven. She's taken on Bayley. This is for, of course, the Women's Championship. Again, can't see her winning it. I think that she's here because she's Scottish. If this wasn't in Scotland, I really don't think Piper Niven would be the challenger. Piper Niven has been kind of partnering up with Chelsea. She's not even really in that kind of singles women's division. So again, we've sort of got her into this position. It's a shame because I really like Piper Niven. I think she's an incredible talent. I think she absolutely deserves to be in this position. I have no qualms with her being the opponent. We're just being honest in saying if this was in Germany or if this was just somewhere in America, I'm not sure that this would be the Women's Championship match that we'd be getting. So, but I like it. And I like her. She's credible. She's talented. She's obviously competed all over the world. And she is someone that is skillful, legitimate, a challenge. This is going to be a fun match. I'm really looking forward to it. She can really hold her own in the ring, Piper Niven. And we know how good Bayley is. So good match. I expect Bayley to retain. But again, maybe one of those where Chelsea Green's getting involved on the outside. And it's going to be a weird one because the crowd, I'm sure, are going to do the hey Bayley chant because we love doing that. But the crowd is also going to be firmly on Piper Niven's side. Like, I don't know, man. It's going to be a really hard one to know. It's going to be a little bit like Bret versus Bulldog at Wembley. Like, the UK crowds loved Bret Hart. They didn't want to boo Bret Hart. And there was people that went that was rooting for Bret. It was the Bulldog, and you can't root against the Bulldog. So that was a difficult one. We were like cheering everyone at SummerSlam 92. So this might be similar. But I think Bayley gets it done. It's worth mentioning as well, for the first time ever in Scotland, the WWE Universe can shop at an official WWE store. Look at this as well. I think that's done in like the Glasgow Rangers kind of style, which, in case you don't know your football, there's two big teams in Glasgow, Rangers and Celtic. Rangers in blue, Celtic in green. I hope they've got a green one somewhere. It's quite a fierce rivalry. Yeah, you can get that. T-shirts, loads of stuff. Obviously, I've already said, if you go over to my Twitter account, there is a competition that's running at the moment, thanks to Fanatics. They have sent some stuff through, a few shirts and bits. So I'm giving that away. All you've got to do is leave a comment on the post. You'll see it says competition on it. That'll obviously end on Saturday. Come in because we'll pick the winner during the Clash at the Castle live stream. So there we go. And if you do want to go and have a look at this collection, then there are links in the description. It's also worth mentioning that previously there have been superstars doing signings at those shows. So something to bear in mind if you're in the area. There may be some superstars that are going to be out and about doing meet and greets. Right, this is probably the first real interesting one where we could see a new champion. I feel like almost certainly at this show, this is where Otis will finally turn on Chad Gable. We've seen it for weeks now where Chad's been abusing Otis, abusing Alpha Academy. I feel like we've gone kind of beyond the point of where Otis should have turned already. I'm stunned he hasn't already done it. But so I feel like we've sort of gone a little bit beyond that point. But it doesn't matter. But I really wouldn't be stretching it out much further. So I really am struggling to know how this is going to go. I would love for Sami to drop the title because I want him in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't want him to be the IC champ. It's unusual or unlikely to see the IC champ with the Money in the Bank briefcase as well. I kind of feel like they probably won't do that. They won't give him both. Whereas if he loses this, it probably increases his chances of winning Money in the Bank. So this is a tricky one. This really is a tricky one. Are we going to get Sami retain and Chad loses and then he takes it out on Alpha Academy and they finally snap on, say, Monday? Something like that, maybe? Or will it be a case that Chad wins and then Otis turns on him? Like, that would be a bit strange for Chad to win and then Otis to turn. Because what would have prompted that? Surely if Chad wins, he's going to be in a good mood. He's not going to be abusing Otis. So, and it feels like Otis is only going to turn when he's being abused. I can't see him just turning out of the blue. Tricky this, isn't it? I think this is really tricky. I'm thinking there's a real chance we get a new IC champion. But what does that mean for the Otis turn? What does that mean for that? Because if Otis turns during the match, I can't see Chad winning. But then why would he turn after? Could we get Chad winning? And then, I don't know, why would he slap Otis? This is what I'm struggling with. If he wins, why is he going to turn on Otis? He's going to be so happy. He's finally done it. He's got the championship. Oh, this is hard. This is a difficult one. I am going to go with Chad. I don't know how they do it, though. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what it means for the turn. But I'm going to go with Chad. Just because Money in the Bank's coming up and it's in Canada. And I'm thinking Sami's had a little run with it. You know, he won it at WrestleMania. Let's get it off him. Put it onto Chad's. And then let's take it from there. So I'm going to go Chad. But I think you can tell I really don't feel good about it. Oh, man, and it don't get any easier, does it, in all fairness? Now we've got Damian and Drew. Now, I've said all along, Drew ain't winning this. And I really think CM Punk stops him. And I could still stand with that and stick with that, right? The reason why I'm saying this is because obviously the crowd are going to be going bananas for Drew. They're going to be desperate to see Drew win. Damian is okay as champion. I don't think he's set the world on fire. I don't really think he's been allowed to set the world on fire. There hasn't really been much for him to get his teeth into. But I feel like it's more likely that we do Damian versus Gunther than it is that we do Drew Gunther, because Drew's a heel. He might be a babyface in Scotland, but everywhere else he's a heel. And we know that Gunther's a heel. So are we really going to do heel versus heel? It can be done, but it is so rare and unusual and just not the kind of thing you would book. Because if you've got two heels, who are the crowd meant to root for? Who are the crowd meant to be behind? So it just, Drew versus Gunther would be strange. And we know that Gunther's won King of the Ring, and we know that he's going to compete for the championship. So then that makes me think, is it going to be a case that Damian wins? And then we have to try and turn Damian face between now and SummerSlam. Right? Between now and SummerSlam, we turn Damian face. And I think one way we can do that is if Judgment Day get involved. If Judgment Day help Damian win here, then Judgment Day have obviously going to upset the crowds. That's going to put a lot of heat on them. What if Damian gets really upset with them? What if he gets really upset because he's like, I didn't need you to do that, and I didn't need your help, and you've made me look weak. And like, he's really off with them, and we start building towards Damian coming out of Judgment Day, and we start building towards him turning like face, and we start building towards him versus Gunther at SummerSlam. And who knows, maybe Finn Balor will cost Damian at SummerSlam, and then that means Gunther's the new champion, and then we can do Damian Finn after SummerSlam. And then it frees up Drew to go and face CM Punk, doesn't it? So I've thought that it would be CM Punk that would cost Drew here. I am now thinking it'll be Judgment Day. And I still think that CM Punk could come out and gloat. Maybe he could be guest commentator, just like laughing on the commentary table, watching as Drew fails to win this world championship. So I don't know if he's there, actually. I haven't heard if CM Punk's going to be there, but it would not surprise me if he was. I know there's people saying, could we get Gallus? Be great if we did. It really would. I would love to see them on the kickoff show. I don't know why we've not done that. I would love for them to kind of make their presence felt. I really like Gallus. They've really, really grown on me. I just don't know that we've got any plans for them. So I'm not expecting Gallus, but it would be great if we did get to see them. And then other people are saying, could we see Hikuleo? The bloodline on this card, so it doesn't really make any sense to see Hikuleo. He apparently is coming in. He is the brother of Tama Tonga Tongaloa. He is expected to join up with this bloodline story, but not expecting to see him this weekend. Well, it may be at SmackDown, but I'm not expecting that, to be honest, but certainly not at Clash, because there's nowhere for him to pop up at the moment. So not expecting that. Yeah, the one thing that I think we could get right here, Uncle Howdy. Now, the reason why we say this is because it's going to be a big disappointment. If Drew closes the show and loses, that's going to be a big disappointment. And we've obviously ended shows on a downer before, just like when Drew didn't win against Roman in Wales, in Cardiff. So if he loses again here, you might just need something just to get the crowd excited. I think there's a good chance Howdy and Nikki Cross, Scotland's own Nikki Cross, emerge in the entranceway or are shown on the Titantron, or something's going to happen at the end of this show to do with Uncle Howdy and Nikki Cross. Nothing major in the sense of they bring the whole group out, but just they might come out and stand there as the crowd are going crazy, just as a way of letting you know that Monday is when this full reveal is coming. I mean, everything has been saying Monday the 17th. And so that's what I'm expecting, Monday the 17th. I have heard from Tom Colohue, who has made it very, very clear that he is not saying that Howdy and Nikki Cross are definitely on this show. What he is saying is that they are expected to be backstage and may be on this show. They're going to be there. Right? Nikki's going to be there, and apparently Bo is flying over. So you do look at that and go, why are we doing this if we're not going to do something with them? Like, you know, they could have meetings with Triple H in America. Why are we flying all the way over to Scotland? It does sort of suggest something, but I don't know what that something is going to be. But it would be a good way of kind of just picking the crowd up after the disappointment of Drew losing. So yeah, I'm gonna say we get something more than a QR code on Saturday, but the big full reveal will be Monday. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. So very exciting, of course. I'm sure we'll see some people in the crowd, wrestling legends in the crowds, and it's going to be a really, really fun event. I think the Scottish fans are very aware of the benchmark that has been set by the French fans. I think this card looks like there's plenty for them to get their teeth into. Lots of Scottish participants for them to get behind. I mean, don't forget, there was no French participants for them to get behind over in France. This, they've got people they can really cheer for. And listen, I know what the British are like. I know what the Scots are like. They're loud. They're passionate. This is going to bang. This is going to be a really fun show. And then we might get something at the end as well. So Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.